All right, we're ready.
Right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Parent University, sponsored by Department of Education, Department of Instructional Technology. I am your host tonight, Shannon Moore. I am an Educational Technology Specialist for APS. I also have two of my colleagues here, the fabulous Dr. Melissa Walker, who's a Digital Learning Specialist, and my other fabulous coworker, Ms. Jaquay Scott. She is also an education technology specialist. Today, our Parent University topic is going to be on social media. All right. So our topics on social media is we're going to give you a Keeping Our Kids Safe Online, a parent's guide to social media. Again, my name is Shannon Moore. There is my Twitter handle if you'd like to follow me. If you have any questions, be sure to email me. I did not put my email on here, but it's smore@apsk12.org, and I'll make sure that I respond to you in a timely fashion. This is our agenda for the evening. We're going to talk about what is social media, the importance of social media safety, general safety topics, grade level specifics, parental controls and monitoring tools, and again, we're going to review any questions. What is social media? Well, as parents, we all know social media. Social media came along, not sure how many years ago, but we definitely did not, I did not have it when I was in grade school, but now it's a way of life for us as adults and for some of our kids. But social medias are applications and websites that allow you to connect with many people in other parts of the world to communicate and share information. Here are some examples I'm sure that we're all familiar with: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snap, and of course, the infamous TikTok. What's the importance of social media safety? When I have 13-year-old twins, and I, as a parent, feel the importance is cyberbullying, make sure they're aware of stranger danger or predators, posting inappropriate content. We've all heard or seen even TV shows or movies regarding posting inappropriate content, privacy risk, and a big one, addiction and mental health. My screen a little bit. We also want to make sure that you know that there is a Georgia bill, Georgia's Protecting Georgia Children on Social Media Act of 2024. You want to look it up and have more information about it, you can, but I do want you to let you know that there is a bill that is here to protect your children in social media. We also have APS policy on cyberbullying. I know it's a little bit small, but again, I'm going to have a QR code at the end where you'll actually be able to get this presentation. You can look at it in depth. But as a district, we take cyberbullying very, very seriously. And as you can see here, we have levels to it. So we definitely don't want any children to be a part of this or be affected by this policy. But please know that we do have policies and safeguards what is what I'm looking for? We have it in place. Some general safety tips. Communication is key. Please talk to your kids about the importance of being safe on social media. Talk about privacy, talk about strong passwords, such as not to share your password with anyone or just have a password that says, "I love my cat." You want to make sure that as they get older, they develop strong passwords, as well as you, as an adult, have strong passwords. We also want you and your children to think before they post. Again, stranger danger. My kids play Roblox, and I notice going around these videos where there are adults pretending to be children and interacting with children on Roblox and asking where they live and stuff like that. So again, be mindful of your children talking on chat with other people on these social media platforms, and also set limits. For grades 3 through 5, we want to build a foundation. We want to focus on learning when we're online, but we also want to know that supervision is key. So make sure that you are looking over your child's shoulder. Make sure you're going through and looking at what they've searched for online on their device. And you want to start with the basics. A simple app that goes over your numbers or your letters. Again, you will have this presentation you will have a chance to get a copy of this presentation at the end. And here are two resources that we use in our department, Common Sense Media, and Net Smart Kids. For our middle schoolers, we want to have increased independence. So we want to kind of let go of the reins when they get in middle school, but don't let go totally. You just want them to actually kind of start learning, hey, I can navigate social media without my parents being over my shoulder 100% of the time. I have teenagers, so I'm over their shoulder 90% of the time. So they have 10% independence, but they're learning as they grow. You want to make sure you're still talking about privacy settings, not sharing your password with anybody, making sure that you're logging out of a public shared device. You want to make sure you start talking about cyberbullying at this age. It starts to get really more prominent during the middle school age than elementary. So because a lot of kids have, Facebook and Snap. Not everybody, but some of them do. So yes, you want to make sure you start talking about cyberbullying and critical thinking. And these are the recommended resources for our middle grades: Connect Safely and Stop Bullying. For our high schoolers, we want to talk about our digital footprint, meaning whatever you post could come back and haunt you later in life. So be mindful of what you post. That also goes into our online reputation. But again, be mindful of what you post. Responsible sharing and your mental health and well-being. So between middle and high school, some kids develop a dependency or addiction to social media. So you want to be able to look at their mental health and well-being while they're using these social media platforms. And these are our two recommended resources: the JET Foundation, of course, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Parental controls, my favorite part of my presentation. You want to explore your options, be open communication, and monitoring apps. So these are some of the most popular monitoring apps. We have Bark. There's a paid app. We have Apple Screen Time, which is one I use. I'll talk about that. We have Google Family Link, which is basically Google's comparable to Apple's app. We have Net Nanny, Norton Family, and Questeso. I think I mispronounced it, but it's there. For as far as the Apple Screen Time, I'm an Apple person, so I have an Apple device, and my kids have Apple devices. As a parent, I have a family account on my Apple settings, and I can monitor my children on their phones. I can set a time limit. So during the week, they only get their phone is, I say, active from 4 to 7. After that, it shuts down. They can only text family. They can only FaceTime family. After that, they can't even contact their friends. Their friends I have a control over what contacts I put in their device or what contacts are in the device, because they have to come to me to put the contacts in their device. But once that time shuts down, they can no longer text anybody but family and friends. I do like this because I can block certain apps. Let's say I do have their app open from 4 to 7, but all their games are blocked. So they can watch YouTube TV on there. That's it. But they can't play any games. That one is a very good one. Bark is really good. I tried that one out. I just don't want to pay for it. But it's a very good app also. I also want to mention, which is not on here, is Securely Parent app. We have that in APS. So if you're interested in it, I will, if you email me again at smore@apsk12.org, I will send you the information about Securely Parent app, but I have that on my phone also. What's great about that is it allows you to see what your kids are doing during school hours on their Chromebooks. If they are in pre-K or kindergarten on the iPad, you will not be able to use this app. So 1st through 12, you'll be able to see exactly what they're doing during the school day, what websites they visited, how long they were on their websites, what videos they watch. Every week, at the end of every week, I get a rundown of what my kids have done for the past 5 days in the school using their Chromebook. You also have the option to set limits while they're at home. So again, like I have limits on their phone, on their Chromebook, they have to have all their homework done by 10 o'clock, and it shuts down their Chromebooks. They can't even log in. They can log into it, but they can't go to any websites. So let's say one night I might go sleep early and the kids think, oh, we're going to be on our Chromebook because mom went to bed. No, you're not, because the Chromebook's going to shut down at a certain time. Okay. Again, securely parent app, very, very useful for you to have. And it also, we have parameters in APS where if a kid, my child was doing a project on depression, and because he was searching for depression, it's a red flag in APS. So I immediately got an alert that said my child was searching for depression and alerted me and downtown. But my child's just doing a project. But we do have parameters there. So if a child's looking up something inappropriate, you are going to be, if you use the app, would be notified immediately. Here are important social media sites for you to follow as a parent at APS Update. That is the district website, your child's school's Twitter account, and APS Soup, which is our superintendent. We have other resources here. I'm gonna click on this one, which will take us to our APS social media safety website. You can peruse through here. I think security is on here too, but we have social media guides and we have additional resources. And take a look at that. And again, our mission common sense, which is what we use as our digital citizenship in APS. And that concludes my presentation. If you'd like a copy of the presentation, you can take a screenshot right now, or go ahead and scan it and it'll pull it up. If you're not able to, again, my email is smoore, SMOORE, @apsk12.org. Melissa, we see if there's any questions in the chat. Oh, thank you for putting that in the chat.
You're welcome. No questions, but we can take questions right now. This was very informative. And I will make sure that when we upload this to YouTube, that we have the links that you have in your presentation on YouTube.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions? All right. Well, we thank you for attending tonight, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need to.
Thank you so much.